The storm didn't calm down. It got worse, like the sky itself was terrified of what it had awakened. Giant Kong stood on the cliff edge, rain dripping off his black fur like rivers, his chest rising with every heavy breath. Below him, the ocean boiled with unnatural energy as giant Godzilla rose higher, an ancient nightmare made real. His massive body pushed the sea back like it was nothing, and the jagged spines along his back glowed brighter with every thunder strike. The prehistoric ape-like humans were trapped between both titans, small and powerless, their ritual fire now drowning in the rain. They had wanted a weapon to destroy Kong, but now they had summoned something that didn't belong to them, something that didn't obey anyone. Godzilla's glowing eyes locked onto Kong, and the air felt heavier, like the world was about to break in half. Kong roared first, a sound so loud it shook the cliffside and sent loose rocks crashing into the sea. Godzilla answered with a deeper, more terrifying roar, low, ancient, and full of power that made the ocean vibrate. In seconds, the first real clash began. Godzilla surged forward through the water, sending waves exploding into the air, while Kong leaped down from the cliff with pure fury, landing with a shockwave that shattered stone and sprayed mud everywhere. The prehistoric humans screamed and scattered, some falling to their knees in worship, others running for their lives. Kong charged with unstoppable force, swinging his arms like wrecking balls, smashing into Godzilla's armored chest. For a moment, it looked like Kong's raw strength might overpower him, but then Godzilla's tail whipped around like a giant steel cable, slamming Kong sideways into broken rocks. The impact cracked the ground, and Kong rolled, growling in pain, but he didn't back down. His eyes burned with rage, and he stood back up like a king refusing to kneel. Godzilla's dorsal spines pulsed brighter, blue energy crawling across them like lightning trapped under skin. The prehistoric humans saw it and panicked, realizing what was coming. Kong also sensed it. He grabbed a massive boulder and hurled it with all his strength, smashing it into Godzilla's face just in time to interrupt the charge. Godzilla staggered, water exploding around him, and Kong rushed forward again, using the chaos to climb onto Godzilla's shoulder, pounding his head with brutal force. The entire coastline shook. The storm above roared like it was screaming along with them. But then Godzilla's body flared with power and he unleashed a blast of nuclear heat, an atomic surge that lit up the ocean like daylight. Kong jumped back at the last second, barely escaping as the blast tore through the rocks behind him, turning stone into smoke and steam. The prehistoric humans watched in horror as their sacred cliff began to collapse, their home being destroyed by the titans they had awakened. As the battlefield turned into a nightmare, something even darker began to move beneath the ocean floor. Something ancient, something that didn't want Godzilla and Kong to fight. It wanted them both gone. The ape-like humans didn't notice at first, but the ocean's glow changed color for a second, like a shadow swallowed the light. Kong noticed. Godzilla noticed too. Their roars stopped for a heartbeat, and both titans stared into the deep water. The storm went silent for one terrifying moment, and then the sea erupted again, not with Godzilla rising, but with something else trying to surface. The prehistoric humans began chanting again, but their voices shook, because this time, they didn't even know what they were calling. Kong stepped back, fists clenched, breathing hard. Godzilla's spines glowed brighter, preparing for war. And in the final shot of episode 3, the camera zoomed into the dark ocean abyss where a massive unknown shape opened its eyes, watching both titans like prey. The ocean suddenly pulled back like it was being dragged by an invisible hand. The waves that were crashing seconds ago became unnaturally still, and a deep vibration rolled through the ground, so heavy that even Kong's massive feet shifted for balance. The prehistoric ape-like humans froze, their faces soaked with rain and fear, staring into the dark water as if the sea had turned into a living mouth. Kong lifted his head, sniffing the air. Something was wrong. The storm didn't feel like a normal storm anymore. It felt controlled, like the sky and ocean were reacting to something hidden underneath. Godzilla's glowing eyes narrowed, his dorsal spines pulsing slowly like a warning signal. For the first time, the two titans weren't focused on destroying each other. They were sensing the same threat. From the deepest part of the water, a monstrous sound rose. Half roar, half earthquake. The prehistoric humans dropped their weapons and began screaming prayers, because the sound wasn't like Kong's jungle roar or Godzilla's ancient call. This was a sound that felt wrong, like something that was never meant to wake up. The sea split open and a massive shadow pushed upward, sending black water flying into the air. For a split second, lightning revealed a terrifying outline. An enormous prehistoric sea dinosaur-like creature with razor spikes, jagged teeth, and eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. It wasn't Godzilla, it wasn't Kong. It was something older and more violent, a predator from a forgotten age. Kong stepped back, chest heaving, his fists tightening. Godzilla lowered his head, ready to strike, but even he hesitated, because this creature didn't fear him. It looked at Godzilla like a rival, and it looked at Kong like food. The ape-like humans ran toward their caves, but the ground cracked under their feet. Some fell into muddy pits as the cliffside began to break apart from the Titan energy shaking the earth. Their leader, the same one who started the ritual, crawled toward a stone wall covered in ancient drawings. Drawings of Kong, drawings of Godzilla, and now drawings of something else. A beast drawn with spikes and a long ocean body, surrounded by dead symbols and broken bones. The leader's hands trembled as he realized the truth. Their tribe didn't summon Godzilla to defeat Kong. They accidentally awakened a third monster that was sealed beneath the ocean for a reason. The leader screamed at the tribe to stop chanting, but the storm swallowed his voice. The damage was done. Kong roared again, not in anger this time, but in warning. He beat his chest once, loud enough to shake the air, and pointed his rage toward the new ocean predator. Godzilla responded with a low growl, his spines glowing brighter, charging energy like a living reactor. The sea creature lunged first, bursting out of the water and slamming into the shoreline with brutal force. Water exploded like a bomb, throwing prehistoric humans through the air like leaves. Kong grabbed a broken tree trunk, swinging it like a weapon, while Godzilla stepped forward with unstoppable dominance. The three titans now stood in one battlefield. Storm above, chaos below, humans trapped in the middle. And as the camera pulled back, the scene looked like the end of the world. Giant Kong on the shattered rocks, giant Godzilla glowing blue in the storm, and the unknown sea monster roaring like it wanted to destroy everything. In the final moments of this part, the prehistoric humans saw something impossible. Kong and Godzilla, enemies seconds ago, now standing side by side. Not friends, not allies, but forced into the same war. The tribe's youngest hunter watched with wide eyes as Kong blocked a deadly strike meant for Godzilla, and Godzilla answered by blasting the ocean creature back into the waves. It wasn't teamwork, it was survival. And in that moment, the humans finally understood the truth of Titans. They are not heroes, not villains. They are nature's judgment. Episode 3 ended with the sea creature sinking back into the dark water, not defeated, just waiting. Kong's eyes stayed locked on the ocean, breathing heavy. Godzilla's spines dimmed slowly, but his stance stayed ready, because the war had only started, and the next battle would be bigger than anything they had ever seen.